What is up, guys? Patrick here for the Muse Culture Podcast, and we're back with episode 21. So, we've been away for a little while now, even before Christmas, I think it was. And we can tell you why. It was mainly because we got a strike on our channel from a company called UTV. They were claiming content which was actually owned by Disney. So we had to sort that out. It just prevented us from uploading videos over 15 minutes. But today, we have Con, Terry and Martin with us for the podcast. And we've got a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah, before we talk, just want to say, though, shout out to Disney for actually sorting out our copyright strike and removing that. So, thank you, Disney.
Yep, respect to Disney. They know what to do. Right, so, first story. Candy Crush game maker trademarks the word candy in attempt to stop imitators. Opinions, go.
How
And
do you
then
do that?
And then tries to trademark the word saga. In fact, the only word they haven't tried to trademark this time is crush.
Give it time. Give it time.
So, a little bit of background. The trademark was granted by the European Union and will crack down on the uses of software developers and marketing of merchandise. So, they make around $1 million a day, I believe, the company who own Candy Crush.
King.com.
Yeah, that's it. And their app has been downloaded 500 million times since its launch in 2012. The reason they say that they are registered trademarking the word candy is so other people can't imitate either their merchandise or their games and try and get other people to stop making imitation versions.
Do you know what we should do? We should change the website just temporarily and call it Candy Culture.
I was thinking Muse Crush.
Yes.
Get in there quick.
Sounds like an early version of Facebook.
How much publicity would that get? I think we should do it. I'll talk Adam and James into it, and we'll just change the website.
No, let's not do that.
A Mortal New Saga. I mean, this kind of really odd, proactive legal precedent. Is this like the action of a worried company? I mean, you don't see Valve having to do something like this, or EA. I mean, what's with this sudden legal action?
I wish
I
somebody
just think
knew.
it's stupid.
Yeah.
Did you see the one on
and the game.
Kickstarter? That it was a couple of BioWare developers. What was the company that they made? Versus Evil, I think it was, and they made that game, the Banner Saga. That Candy Crush saw that as well, and they want that taken down because it's obviously called the Banner Saga.
They're going for the use of the word saga, which they say may confuse their customers, which is odd since they don't even run on the same platform.
But how can
Yeah,
you
so-
confuse the Banner Saga being a Viking game with Candy Crush Saga? How do you confuse it? You know, I'd love to see them go against Disney when Disney bring out the new Star Wars films, and you've got the Star Wars Saga. Yeah, do that.
Well, don't Disney own Star Wars and Star Trek? They have to sue themselves.
So again, mate.
Because Disney owns Star Wars and Star Trek.
No, I didn't know they owned Star Trek. I knew they
I'm
owned
pretty
Star
sure
Wars.
they do. Or am I making that up?
So a little background on Banner Saga. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy Viking-themed land. It was kickstarted in early 2012 and earned $723,000, smashing its $100,000 goal. The first chapter of its game was released on Steam last week, with 2 more chapters and a free-to-play spin-off planned. It was made by... Let's have a look.
I think it's
here. What
Versus
does it say?
Evil and Stotic.
Yeah, something like that.
Ah.
But yeah, Candy Crush has hit the studio with a trademark claim.
I think that's ridiculous.
And I'm just going to throw it out there, just sweeping statement here. Candy Crush Saga, it looks like a big load of shite. I mean, I'm not a massive player of the game, but I don't understand how people get so addicted to it. It doesn't seem like anything special.
Would you like to hear a statement from King.com in regards to this?
Go on.
I don't know. Is it going to make me angry?
Maybe. King has not and is not trying to stop Banner Saga from using its name. We do not have any concerns with Banner Saga. We do not have any concerns that Banner Saga is trying to build on our brand or our content. However, like any prudent company, we need to take all appropriate steps to protect our IP, both now and in the future. In this case, that means promoting our ability to enforce our rights in the cases where developers may try and use the Saga mark in a way to infringe our IP rights and cause player confusion. If we had not opposed Banner Saga's trademark application, it would have been much easier for real copycats to argue that their saga was legitimate.
Oh, so
I don't-
since the Banner Saga can just do what they want anyway because they don't have a problem with it, but they're going to oppose it anyway, but technically they're not actually bothered about it. What?
I think that basically they're opposing it on principle, because then if someone does try and make a claim for the name and make a fake game to make money off of their good app or bad app, as some people say, then they'll have a better case as to why, because they haven't always claimed that was their name.
I don't care. That's a PR stunt as far as I'm concerned. If
I
they
don't
really didn't
understand
care about
copywriting.
it, they should have left it alone. But the more noise that they make about it, the more people talk about it. So I reckon that's why they went after it. But I get it. I do understand that if they didn't oppose them, then anybody could do it. But I still just think it's complete PR crap.
But they only come off as the bad guys here. This trademarking thing is ridiculous. Like, I can understand trademarking a proprietary design or a type of phone or something or whatever, but trademarking a word? There is only so many words in the English language. What happens in the future when we've trademarked all of them?
I get that, and I agree with you. But I also agree that it's a damn good PR stunt, because at the end of the day, how much publicity are they getting from this? How many people, kids, and this, that, and the other, are now going to start playing Candy Crush? I, for one, I'm not going to play it, and I agree with you, Martin. I really don't get what the addiction is with it. The last place I used to work at, all the girls were, "Oh, did you get onto this level of Candy Crush?" It's like, what the hell? Play something that actually means something, not a.
All the levels are the same.
It's insane. I don't get it, but I do think it's a flipping good PR stunt, and I do think a lot of people will now start talking about it and will start playing it. So, fair play to them for that one, but I think it's ridiculous as well.
I mean, if anything, I kind of want to buy the Banner Saga now.
Yeah. That's the thing. If Candy Crush wasn't doing so well on its own, then I can understand a big PR stunt like this. But just to sort of get a bit of extra publicity and
they're
see it
making
out,
$1 million a day. I don't think they need any more money.
it just seems really daft.
And
to
that's
me
just
all
for
the way.
one of their IPs. I mean, their website is king.com, isn't it? They probably have a lot more apps and games and services and options to make revenue.
King.com.
Yeah, they've got to
by
pay for it,
soulless.
mainly.
Truly soulless.
Trademarking more names.
Well, they're quite a long way from being EA, so I mean,
To be
it's
honest,
not
slow.
the worst company in America yet.
I think I would prefer EA more than them at this point. I mean, I place King.com in the same circle of hell that I place the Daily Mail.
Oh, we're not getting onto politics. This is a gaming podcast. Everybody, calm down. Right. So, talking about politics, Nintendo has been hit by weak Wii U sales. How do you think
Surprise.
that's going to affect the politics of their company? Is there going to be a shift around in staff and higher up people, because they had to drop their forecast for their sales? What was it, by 70% or something? It now expects to make an operating loss of 35 billion yen, which is £205 million for the financial year ending the 31st of March 2014. Its initial estimate had an operating profit of 100 billion yen, which is probably a profit of like 600 million pound. So they're messing up.
Yeah.
I mean, the Wii U never sold quite as well as the Wii did. I mean, they aimed for a different audience, and I don't think Nintendo realised how small that audience was.
I think they also aimed for too high of a price point.
Well, I mean, they just went up against the big dogs and just didn't have the,
They were
the
trying to
product
get
backing
into a
up.
tablet market via a game system, and that didn't work out for them, because nobody wants a game system that happens to have a tablet as the controller. They want a controller and then buy an iPad or a Windows tablet or an Android tablet. Like, I don't think it was a clever concept, but they were too late for it to be a good enough novelty for people to invest. And there's no games for it.
I mean, it was such a thing. I didn't even think of. I didn't even consider a Wii U when it came out. I went, oh, that's different. Nah, and that was it. I played one actually over Christmas, and I was actually quite impressed. I thought, it's pretty fun. I would play it. Still don't want to pay for it though.
No.
There's not enough games for it. That's my main
No.
issue.
You know what
They
would-
try and keep their company on internal IPs and
Yeah.
exclusives, but that doesn't really work in the long run, because they need the companies like EA, Activision, any big game publisher developer to make games for it. Otherwise, they're never going to get the amount of sales that they need.
I mean, part of this though, of course, is that the power of the consoles they're putting out can't handle games like EA is producing. Like, you're not going to see something like, I don't know, Call of Duty or...
Call of Duty Black Ops 2
Hell.
was on Wii U.
No way.
Yeah, it was. It was fully playable multiplayer. You could even play on the little screen multiplayer,
Good lord, do you think
and it
they
was in
actually do?
HD. Apparently it was just the normal version of COD, just on a Wii U.
Jesus.
But the problem is your demographic on Wii U don't play Call of Duty. They play Nintendo DS games and Wii games, which is why they bought a Wii U in the first place.
Well, I mean, what's pretty funny is the player base for Call of Duty on the Wii U is probably older than the player base of Call of Duty on the the Xbox or something.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I mean, Nintendo's got some solid IPs. I mean, Mario, fantastic, and all the things that go with it: tennis, kart, golf, whatever. You know, Zelda, amazing. Metroid, which they've really ignored recently, which is a shame because it's such a good series.
Con, would you like to see a Lego game on the Wii U? Would that entice you to get one?
No. No, sorry.
Well,
he buys
that's it,
them
that
for
one.
PC either way.
I like Lego. You know that. You know that I absolutely love Lego. But if I can get Lego and it looks so much better on the PlayStation...
If they brought out an exclusive Wii U Lego game / Lego series, there's more, say 3 games over the span of 4 years, would you invest in a Wii U?
Yes.
There you go, Lego and Nintendo.
You are such an easily swayed consumer.
I just like Lego. I mean, I'm that bad that when they brought out Lego Marvel Superheroes, I pre-ordered my copy, got delivered, played it. In fact, I got a review code from Traveller's Tales, Warner Brothers. They sent us a review code, but I still wasn't satisfied. I had to go out and buy the proper version of it as well, complete with all the little figures. And then I brought it on PC as well. I've now got it on Xbox One. And then I realised that the only thing that I haven't got is they brought a new game out, which was Lego Marvel Superheroes Universe in Peril, but you need to have a Vita. My Vita's not working, so I've now gone out and brought a new Vita. So yeah, I would, if it came out and it was exclusive to Wii U, I would buy it, I would play the game, and the console would probably go back in the box after that. I wouldn't buy any other games for it, I really wouldn't. I would just buy Lego. I know that my kids wouldn't play it. My 11-year-old plays everything, but he turned his nose up at a Wii U. He's like, nah, I don't want one. I just don't. It's the same concept that you've mentioned, Patrick. He doesn't need a tablet. He's got a tablet. What does he want the Wii U for? The only thing that appealed to him, and the only thing that really appealed to me, is that he could carry on playing the game on the Wii U pad, and I could carry on watching TV. But then again, he can do that on the Vita now with the PlayStation, so... What do I need a Wii U for? Unless Lego's coming on it, literally, what do I need one for? I don't.
Now, for everybody listening, when Con says that he is Lego mad and he's bought Lego on everything you can, he's not joking. I went round to his house, we did some filming just before Christmas, and we went out for a Chinese takeaway. Now, whilst they were preparing the order, we went into Sainsbury's to have a look around. He managed to find a Lego watch in Sainsbury's and bought it. Just out of the blue. We weren't even going out looking for anything related to Lego.
Do you know, this is the problem now, because when I was out with you, I brought the Darth Vader one. I've got the Stormtrooper. I was in Grantham the other day, in Boys, which is kind of it's not a second-hand shop, it's more of a cheap shop. And
it's a haberdashery.
Say again?
It's a haberdashery.
Isn't a haberdashery a hat shop?
Yeah, no,
it's materials.
That's a Milner.
But no, there wasn't a lot of haberdashery in there. But I went in there to get a drink. I was absolutely desperate for a drink. And then I saw the Lego Luke watch, so I brought that as well. I just got to track down Yoda and the Clone Trooper. So I'm slowly building my collection. Marie's pretty annoyed because I won't take them out of the box. I'll have to buy another one.
So you don't wear them all at the same time?
I don't think I'll be able to move my arm.
See, now if you were really hardcore in this, you just go on Amazon and buy all of them at the same time. Next day delivery.
Yeah, do you know what? Why you track down and have a look on
the
Amazon?
5 different types.
Amazon Prime, Drone Strike.
Damn right.
I'm going to see which ones on Amazon I'm actually missing.
Oh dear.
Marie's going to hate you, Patrick.
Yeah, well, you know, these things happen.
Now, you see, I thought I was bad with collector's editions, let alone Lego. You've probably spent more on Lego than I have on collector's editions.
There's a Darth Maul one.
Oh, God.
A Han Solo.
Talking about collector's editions, recently with the launch of Steam machines, well, the more it was more like a PR launch than an actual console launch. Alienware have said they're going to launch a new Steam machine every year. So would you collect a Steam machine if they came out every year? Do you feel that would be like a good upgrade?
Is
and
Lego
a
on it?
Good collector's item. Well, it's effectively a PC. For anybody who doesn't know, a Steam machine is it will be a Linux-based operating system, which is called SteamOS, which Steam have been making. I don't know how long it's taken them, but they've been making an operating system for Linux. But they've enticed different companies to make PCs that look like consoles that would run just Steam OS. And Alienware have said, yeah, sure, we'll do it. And they've unveiled their first Steam machine at CES 2014. And they said also that they think they're going to make one every single year, every 12 months.
It's because they're not upgradable, though, aren't they? You can't upgrade them, so you've got to go out and buy a new one.
Well, some of them are. The majority of them are, but the Alienware ones aren't.
Yeah.
The problem is the
Which makes
Alienware
them
ones are going to
stand
need
out.
to be like double the power of a PC and like the same price. Otherwise, nobody's going to buy them because there's only like 250 games that can run on Linux at the moment, and you can run PC games on the Steam box. But the problem is you have to have another PC running that game, streaming it to your Steam box, just like we saw with the what's it called, the Razer, that control, the Shield.
Oh,
Is
the
that-
Nvidia
Yeah,
Shield.
Nvidia.
Nvidia
Yeah, the
Shield, not
Nvidia
Razer.
Shield.
Nvidia Shield, which we saw at Eurogamer. So there's a video on that on our YouTube channel. Make sure to look that up. But yeah, it's the same concept where they're effectively just streaming the information across. So I think they're gonna have to either build a lot of new games in Linux or make it cheap and really goddamn powerful.
I mean,
Alienware is never cheap.
No,
I don't
it's not.
think they will ever. Even though they've said they're bringing one out every 12 months, it's still going to be expensive. But one that you buy will last you a few years, without a doubt. But they will bring constant games out on Linux now. They have to. If Steam's going to follow through with this Steam OS, which is based around Linux, I can't see any other way for them to keep Steam really going and being as popular as it is. Especially with Alienware coming with it now.
The clever thing about Steam, though, is what they've done is they've designed an operating system and a controller, which will be the same for every Steam machine, every computer running Steam, but they haven't made the systems. There is not much money being put into this for them. All they've had to do is pay for developers to create the system and market it. They don't have to then actually build a console. They don't have to spend the billions of dollars that Microsoft and Sony spent to make a console designed around this OS. They've just said, all right, you guys can go make a console for it, and then they'll profit off of that, which is very clever. What about the Steam controller then? Has anybody seen any of that? It was on show at CES 2014, and a lot of people got their was it the beta packs of Steam consoles from Valve.
I'm
They've also
intrigued.
they've got rid of the touchscreen as well. That was the thing after CES. They said, look, we've got rid of the touchscreen. It should now support the Steam machine should support up to 16 controllers at a time, and it will take
Insane.
AA batteries. It's effectively an Xbox controller, but built for PC gaming. And
Is it
looks
still-
very good.
So is it still got trackpads for thumbsticks, or are they
Yeah,
gone
it's
now?
still the two track pads, the left and right hand side.
I mean, I'm interested for that. I don't know how it'll work, and it sounds
Yeah.
really interesting. But I mean, I've been using the trusty Xbox 360 wired control for about 5 years on the PC.
Yeah,
And
I'm completely with you.
I don't know if anything can replace that, because that control's seemingly through thick and thin.
Now, the reason they got rid of the touchscreen was a majority of reasons. One, because it was better for backwards compatibility. Another was because a lot of people just said it didn't seem like a useful option. It wouldn't be utilized enough. I guess almost like the PS4 one is at the moment. But another reason is because this thing called Ghost Mode on the controller. So you have these effectively like computer touchpads, laptop touchpads on as the left and right analog sticks for the controller. And it has different areas. They all have capacitive feedback. Is it capacitive? No, something else. It has feedback on them, and it vibrates like when your finger gets close to the edge. But this ghost mode allows them to show up where your finger is on that area on your screen, so you kind of get a feel for, like, I don't know, I guess how and where your finger is positioned. So you get used to the controller. But that's the main reason they got rid of the touchpad.
Yeah, that Ghost isn't a bad idea, really, just so you can... Until you get used to it, I can imagine it'll be quite annoying if you had to have it on all the time, but as it's an option, it should... Yeah, good learning curve.
They're also bringing back the diamond buttons. So like on the Xbox controller, you have the X, B, A, and Y buttons, and then the PS4 is the triangle, square, X, and circle buttons. They are now where just below where the touchscreen used to be. So it should make for a very interesting controller design, and it's going to be interesting to see how much they market it for and how many people's houses they can get it into before the Steam machine comes out.
I think I'll definitely, if it's reasonably priced, I'll definitely get my hands on one and have a play about with it.
Yeah, without the touchscreen, it becomes a lot more affordable. Like, you remove that touchscreen from it, that's a very expensive component in that controller.
Can I just say something now that my wife has actually walked out the room and is not in like hearing distance? But
Yes.
I can't get used to the controller because it either looks like an alien's head or it looks like a controller with boobies in the middle. And if it vibrates while I'm rubbing my fingers around it, I'm going to be really disturbed.
My God.
I don't think I'm going to be able to just get past that image. Sorry.
The oldest yet childish person on the podcast.
I'm sure someone else is
you know-
older than me on this podcast. Right?
What?
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
Patrick's
Now I'm
like
my
8.
granddad. Werther's original. Sorry, I've got kids, that's my
Oh,
excuse.
dear. Yeah. Talking about old people,
Hey.
the people who made Call
segue.
of Duty 4 of Respawn Entertainment, there's been some leaked gameplay footage of Titanfall in the closed alpha. Have any of you seen
Oh,
this?
I've seen it. It looks amazing.
No. I mean, I've seen some of the beta footage, but
Yeah, so
Well,
if
wait.
you've seen some of the beta footage, we can discuss that. It looks crazy. And now, there's been a bit of controversy about the fact that it's only 6v6, and then you'll have AI and mechs making up more people. And they said they did a load of testing on this and ensured that it was the right fit and the correct amount of people. And from the alpha gameplay I've seen, it does look like there's a lot of action still, even though there's only 6v6.
the game looks delightful, and everybody loves mechs. No more than me, but everybody loves mechs.
Everybody also loves Call of Duty 4, so no matter what Respawn Entertainment bring out, it will sell relatively well, because all they'll do is say, we made Call of Duty 4, and people will be like, well shit, better buy Titanfall then.
I'll buy it. I think it could, because like I've been kind of straddling between Call of Duty and Battlefield, and this could be the game that kind of gets in between those two. It's got mechs in it.
It could be this generation's version of Call of Duty.
I'd like
Call of
that.
Duty came into prominence in the Xbox 360 days, and Titanfall could do the same thing with the Xbox One and not the PlayStation 4. Although they haven't said exclusivity to the Xbox One and PC is forever, but they haven't said that they're going to make one for the PS4 yet.
I'll buy it
Well-
if it's got Oculus support. Definitely.
Yes, Oculus support would be good.
Now I hope it has a proper multiplayer system on the PC. Because I don't know how many of you guys played Battlefield 3 or 4 on the PC with this
I have
horrible
both
menu
of them,
system.
and it's terrible.
Oh.
The idea inside Battlefield is that you go into not Steam, Origin. Wish it was Steam because it makes it much easier.
Yeah.
But you have to go into Origin. You press play on the game, and instead of loading up the game, it opens up whatever default browser you use, and it shows the either single player or multiplayer part in your browser. You have to do it's like a website, and then you go to multiplayer. You click select servers, or just press play now on the multiplayer part, and then it will find a server and then just launch straight into that game. And it is the worst way to find multiplayer games I've ever seen.
So-
Why they didn't just create an a user interface inside of the actual game, I have no idea.
You mean, why did they just copy it from the console games where it already
because
exists?
they still had to do that in the console games. I
Yeah.
don't understand why they could just do it on PC as
The
well.
thing
Sorry,
What is-
what was that? You want to play with your settings? No, you can't do that from the title screen. You're going to have to get into the game where you're going to get shot at and killed repeatedly and drive your score right into the ground while you're trying to fiddle with your anti-aliasing.
It's terrible.
Sounds fun.
It is absolutely terrible.
It makes hot blood go up my eyes in sheer anger.
Something that isn't terrible though, apparently, is Rust. Has any of you heard Rust? That game that's come out. It's in,
I've heard good things. I
early
haven't played
access.
it.
It's definitely
so it's
intriguing.
made by the person who made Gary's mod, Gary, and apparently it's earned 40% of the total Gary's mod profits in less than 5 weeks,
And it's still in
and it's still in
Alpha.
early access.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
still early access. Yeah,
It's
it's pretty
crazy.
incredible. It is.
I
Yeah.
mean, as far as I'm aware, Rust is it not kind of like grown up Minecraft in survival
like-
sense?
That's the
It's
impression.
like Minecraft and DayZ put together.
I really want to play this. I mean, like I've enjoyed Gary's mod. In fact, I've loved it. So to play something made by Gary would be, I've got faith in it.
I'm sure it's not made by Gary himself anymore, but
Gary.
it's made by his, I presume, his team of people, his company that makes games.
Face Punch Studios.
But I guess one reason why Gary's mod profits is quite low and Rust is making a lot of money is that How much is Gary's mod on Steam now out of the sale? Maybe
£6.
£5, £6.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
Something like
it was very much free at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Rust,
yeah, especially
Rust
with Christmas.
is £30 and it's in early access.
Wow,
Yeah.
Well, it's what?
So-
£30?
Yeah.
that is insane.
No.
It's yeah. There's a lot of games these days. DayZ is £30. I think Rust is £30.
No.
I think they might be 20.
DayZ was 20, and I'm pretty sure Rust is 15.
Rust is
Is that-
$14.99. Just having a look at it
Yeah.
now.
Oh, okay.
Because
yeah,
I
was
did
wrong.
buy DayZ, actually.
DayZ is £30 now, though. I can confirm that
What?
because they upped the price when it went into playable mode. I think.
No. It can't be that much.
Right. Someone check because
Let me do it now. DayZ is $19.99. Same price
really
it's always
is
been.
it still
Yeah.
£19.99?
Are you thinking about the price of Armour 3?
I could be. Yeah, you might be
Yeah.
right on that.
The DayZ standalone game is $19.99.
Oh, I was thinking of Armour 3 because they did that thing where it was £20 before it came out, and then when it came out it was £30. Okay.
Yeah, because when the DayZ mod came out on Steam, Armour's price hiked right back up again.
Yeah, that's the thing. But have any of you played the DayZ standalone game?
I've got it and I've been playing it. It's really fun. It's obviously buggy as hell, but that kind of adds to the fun.
Yeah.
Like, me and a friend played it, and a zombie came at us, so we took turns punching it in the back of the head. So punch it in the back of the head, turns around, he punched it in the back of the head. We just kept essentially donkey punching it until it died,
That does sound like a good time, but the only
and then it disappeared.
Yeah, the only problem I have with DayZ is that it takes so long to get into the good times section of the game. There is so much like build up and grabbing stuff, not dying, eating food, trying to find stuff by walking around these miles and miles of just open land.
Have you
houses.
read some of the Steam reviews for it?
No.
DayZ Backpack Simulator 2014.
Oh dear.
Somebody held me at gunpoint, handcuffed me, made me drink bleach. I died. 11 out of 10.
Did any of you see that video that was on YouTube floating around? It was these guys who they obviously been playing the game for a while, and they were completely suited right up. Like they had guns, everything you could ever want in the game, and they were running around waiting by the spawns. And these two people spawned in. I think they'd already got a little bit of stuff, but they both had yellow jackets on. And what they did is they ran over to them. They obviously told them to, like put your hands up, which you can do in the game, and they then told them to take off their jackets, put them in a pile, and then they made both of them walk back 10 steps, gave both of them a gun, I think, or they had some sort of weapon.
I think it was an axe, wasn't it?
Oh, it was an axe, yeah. One had an axe and one had something else. And then they said they counted down and just watched them fight against each other, and whoever wins became the yellow jacket man, and then they just went off their own ways.
Here's a good review for you. Spent half an hour role-playing as a train, running along the railways of southern Cherno. Got bored with my monotonous existence as a train. Tried to kill myself by jumping off a cliff. Didn't die, broke both legs. Spent the next 10 minutes crawling to the top of the cliff to crawl over the edge again. 10 out of 10.
I think the problem with the game is that not a lot of people will enjoy the kind of gameplay, but then there's going to be a lot of people that do enjoy that kind of gameplay, and it's one of them games that you can't just buy and go on and play. You have to buy, go on, and invest a lot of your time and have a good time by doing so.
I think you definitely have to go on with a bunch of mates.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
go in that game
Like
alone.
I tried to play the mod on my own a couple of times, and as fun as it is, sort of as you're stealthily going through the city, find a group of people coming right at you, have to hide out the way, and it does get a bit tense at times, but it's just not quite the same as running around with a group of guys literally trying to survive against another group or a horde.
Yeah. Like, there was times where I went on my own show butchers round, and every time something moved, I shot a brick. Like, I've got to the point now where I'm pretty well geared. I've got a couple of guns. I've got a massive backpack, things like that. So now the hunter becomes the hunter, which is great. Because now I can turn around and start trolling people back.
Now,
So-
compared to the mod, is there more weapons available, sort of readily?
No, surprisingly and tragically, there's less at the moment. There isn't a lot of the stuff that's in the mod. You can't set up camps. There isn't any vehicles. For some bewildering reason, there's shotgun shells, but no shotgun. Like, you can really see the skeleton of what's going to be a really fantastic game, but it's just not there yet.
That's the only problem with these early access games is like I don't feel like I do want to buy DayZ, but I don't want to burn myself out before all the features are in there.
I did that with Minecraft. I was burnt out on
yeah.
Minecraft before it got to 1.0. I bought it. I think there's a YouTuber called Cnanas, and he made videos about it literally like the week it came out.
So, Patrick, did you just say you were into Minecraft before it was popular?
Yes.
Are you a Minecraft hipster?
I am very much a Minecraft hipster. I played the game when
Self-proclaimed.
it was in alpha. I bought it for like £5,
I think I did the same.
something like that. Played it an absolute ton for the whole time until it got to 1.0, and by the time we got to 1.0, I was done with the game, and I haven't played it really since.
Yeah, I think
Now it's
that,
at like
yeah.
1.6 or something.
I think I'm done with it now. Like leveling up and like alchemy and stuff.
Yeah, it was fun, and it probably still is fun. I just haven't got around to playing it again.
Yeah.
We're talking about playing things again. Will any of you be picking up the Tomb Raider, the Definitive Edition, which will be coming out on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it's going to be in 1080p and at 30 frames per second.
No.
Is it just the first game?
It's the first game with basically medium PC graphics.
But didn't they recently remake it? In fact,
Yes.
they did for the PSP,
Yes.
and it was really good.
They made it for the what?
The PSP.
Yeah, but now that this is effectively like
You're
the PC port put onto consoles that can handle a PC port.
So they're remaking the remake.
It looks
On the
really
PC.
good. Like the Definitive Edition looks really good.
just so
I
we're
mean-
clear, we're on about the newest Tomb Raider to be released, yeah.
Yeah, the one that's the
Yeah, not
one
the
that
HD version.
No, the one that relaunched the
Oh!
Tomb Raider brand, just
Yeah,
Tomb Raider.
I thought Mario.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
Yeah.
the first ever Tomb Raider.
No, the
no,
Tomb
no,
Raider,
the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, that one is it's coming on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. It's called the Definitive Edition, and it looks crazily good compared to the Xbox 360 version.
Don't you
I'd
feel
buy
it's
it again, but I'd make other people buy it.
Yeah, don't you
They,
feel that it's a little too soon now? Because
Yeah.
like with all these HD remakes and that are coming out, I understand that bringing it onto the latest console will be the thing to do for a majority of games. But when was it actually released? Like what? Early
For-
2013?
Last year,
Or late
wasn't it?
2012?
They made Profitability by the end of last year, and now they're bringing out the Definitive Edition. So it's obviously not been a failure. Like
No, no.
they've obviously, it's obviously a good franchise that they want to keep going and they want to rebuild.
Mm.
It's probably like they've probably done it better than GTA though, because have you seen GTA on the French Amazon? There's a listing for GTA on PC, like
Yeah.
a legitimate one, and there's been lots of reports saying that it was going to be coming out around March time. I think March 14th was the leak date. So I mean, it's probably better that they actually got the game out, this definitive version, before everybody forgot about it. Whereas with GTA, I mean, if there weren't these leaks, I think people would just forget that it might come out on PC and, move on to other things.
I
I'm
think
kind
I
of
bought a
different.
GTA.
Bored of GTA, the single player or the online?
The single player, like I think I burnt myself out.
Ah, right.
There was
Nice.
too much hype.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Now you see, I loved all that hype, and well, again, I bought the collector's edition, so
Well,
yeah, I played it to basically I played the single player to death. But having it come out on PC will actually be quite good for me, because that means that most of my mates will probably buy it to play the online. So again, I will buy it just to be able to experience that side, because playing it on the Xbox, I didn't have anyone to play with, so it's kind of a bit monotonous just running around on my own trying to do multiplayer, single player missions, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be buying it again. That's definitely something I'm gonna be doing. But I mean, I played with it a lot with my friends when it first came out on the PlayStation 3, and now if it comes out on PC, I'll have a different group of friends that I can play with it with.
Yeah.
So it will be, I guess, it'll be like a rebirth of the game for a lot of PC users, because I still play GTA 4, and it's amazing. The game holds up really well, even though it's a terrible PC port. It's not very efficient, but it's just a good game, and you can just go on the multiplayer and mess around in the maps and really have a good time. So it's one of them games that you really kind of just want to keep playing.
Yeah, definitely. But with Tomb Raider, can you see that having the same effect with you? Wanting to buy it again?
I
'cause
never
it's-
played the first Tomb Raider. I don't even know if I have it on Steam, but I don't intend to buy it again, seeing as I would play it on PC given the option.
Ah, right.
And since this has already come out on PC, they're not bringing out the Definitive Edition on PC, because all the Definitive Edition is the PC version at better graphics than the Xbox version.
Yeah. That's fine.
So also you got the Fable trilogy being released on the 4th of February on the Xbox Marketplace. It's another game series that they've made into a bundle this time actually, instead of just releasing the game in HD or anything else. But did anybody play Fable when it came out? What? Fable.
Yeah,
Fable is the game.
Yeah, I've played them all. I really enjoyed the games. I'm not sure I'll play them again though.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that I wouldn't play again, and there's a lot of games that I probably would. Like, for example, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty 4 and all of the Call of Duties, and I've bought Call of Duty 4 again when I started getting into PC gaming, and I'll still play that because it's still good fun. But there is just some games, I think more of the single-player, like, mission-based games I won't play again.
Yeah.
What about Tetris? Will you be playing that since it's heading to Xbox One and PlayStation 4?
Tetris belongs on the Game Boy.
Well,
Yeah, but what about the sweet graphics you'll get on Xbox One and PS4?
I don't want sweet graphics. I want retro, baby.
I hear they're bringing out Lego Tetris, even though that's pretty much what it is.
You're not getting me with that one. I'm not buying it.
It's just blocks moving.
Con, did you see the new Star Wars The Old Republic gunship spotlight trailer?
No.
Nor did I.
Do I need to be looking at it? I don't really.
But apparently
like
there is
that
a
game.
trailer for... You don't like Star Wars The Old Republic?
No, it bores the pants off me.
I did like it, but I don't now. Ever since it went free to play.
Yeah.
I like the. I mean, you were here when we unboxed the collector's edition. It's been sat up in my office for the last 2-3 years, what have you. I think that's cool. I absolutely love the stuff that you get in it. But I got it. I was so excited for it, and I played it for a week, and I was just bored. Really, because it was exactly the same. They did all this hyping of, it's not going to be like Star Wars Galaxies, it's going to be so much better. It's just like Star Wars Galaxies. How do you make it better? It's exactly the same. I get that, it's different. The graphics are really good in it. There's different missions to do. It's free up to level 50 now. I think World of Warcraft did the same thing. But, I'm bored. It's like DC, what's the PlayStation one on the Xbox? Is it DC Universe?
Yeah,
Yeah.
DC Universe, isn't that the free-to-play
Bores
one?
me. Bored.
Is there any free-to-play games that you do like?
Um,
I personally liked when we played the Let's Play, and I've also played it before, Blacklight Retribution. I thought that was
Yes.
that was good. Yeah, I
That's
do like
also
that.
on PlayStation 4 now, and me and Con have played a bit of that. There's a video of us trying to work the Oculus Rift for the PlayStation 4 on that game, actually, which you can check out on our YouTube channel. But I think that game's pretty good. I played that quite a bit, and I enjoy that.
Probably the best free-to-play game was Dota 2 I've played.
Is Dota 2 a free-to-play game? Because I have that on my Steam, but I don't remember buying it.
Yeah, it's completely free.
Ah. What about
Did you ever play League of
Legends?
Legends?
2? Oh, I downloaded that, played it
It's
for
a
an hour, then uninstalled it.
It's
Not
essentially
played
the
that
same, or very similar. If I said the same and someone's listening to this that plays one or the other, they're going to hate me. But it is pretty much the same game, just different skins and slightly different map. But
What is Dota?
yeah, as Dota 2, yeah.
Right.
I don't know what it is. It's just something about it just can drag you in. With having over 100 playable characters, with a lot of them being completely different from anything else, and
I thought
having
Hawking
worked.
was okay. We played
Well,
that,
yeah,
didn't we?
but-
Yeah, Hawkins is a good free-to-play game, but I think I think the better free-to-play games are the ones that utilize big open worlds like PlanetSide. I know Blacklight Retribution. Blacklight Retribution is effectively the unmechified Hawking. It's the same kind of not art style, but the same kind of like time frame where everything's not aliens, like mechanical creatures and stuff like that. But I think the better free-to-play games is stuff like PlanetSide, where it's a really big and open game. Like the maps, it's just one big map. I think
It's 3 big maps.
okay, it's 3 big maps, and I think that's a really clever idea when it comes to free-to-play games, because you think you're getting a lot more than you actually are.
I mean, I'm a massive, massive fan of PlanetSide. I'm actually a subscriber, so I guess it's worked.
What do you get for subscribing?
You used to get 500 in-game currency every month, but it's changed now, where I believe you get one item worth 1,000 or 2,000 a month, which means you can buy like one really good gun or one really good upgrade every month. Plus, you unlock the experience points faster, which is
Okay.
nice. So you kind of level up a little bit faster, let you unlock cooler stuff.
That's pretty good.
You skip all the queues as well, which is quite nice.
That's pretty awesome. So I think we're going to wrap up this podcast this week, guys. What I would like to end this on is, what was your favourite game of 2013, and what are you looking forward to most in 2014?
Ooh.
Con, we'll start with you.
It's got to be Lego, innit? Lego Marvel Superheroes.
And 2014,
Destiny.
Martin.
Notice that I didn't say the Lego movie game there.
Honestly,
Thank God for that.
I honestly don't know. It's up my head. I don't know. It's like you've given me so much choice for an entire year to choose from. Mine's just gone
move
blank.
on,
Yeah, we'll
and then
go
come
back.
back.
I'll say that probably Assassin's Creed Black Flag was my favourite game of 2013.
On what system?
PC.
Okay, yeah, I've got it on PC.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, literally.
Actually, good point. I think I may have to go with Terry on this one.
And your game you're looking forward to in 2014?
Game I'm looking forward to is probably Tom Clancy's The Division.
Oh, really? You're still clinging on to Clancy?
That looks good.
It's not so much the Clancy name that I'm excited about. It's the actual game, like the whole
That
aspect.
trailer sold it on me 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
That trailer made me want the game. I mean, my best game for 2013 was BioShock Infinite. Did that come out in 2013?
Yeah.
Yes, it did. Actually,
I thought it was 2012.
Oh god.
no, it was the.
Was it 13?
Now
No. My game of 2013, Papers, Please.
I've heard that game is the most boring thing or the best thing in the world.
It's both. It's definitely something. Like, pick it up on sale. In fact, pick it up now. It's
Okay.
like, well, it's £5-6. It's definitely worth playing.
BioShock Infinite came out March 26, 2013.
Well, there you go. Then.
Yeah,
So
You
that
see
was
one.
my game of 2013, and then the game I'm looking forward to most in 2014, it's a split between Tom Clancy's The Division and
Yes.
Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Watch Dogs is good.
I'm gonna buy both, and then I'll tell you
Yeah.
when we get the games.
There's too many
I
games
thi-
to pick from, though, because Titanfall's out next year. Dark Souls is out.
Oh, I forgot Titanfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Games.
That's- Yeah. The only problem is none of them are coming out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in such a drought right now.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, we'll see you guys next week for the next episode of the Muse Culture Podcast. And make sure you check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/museculture, and our website, museculture.net. And also email us if you've got any games that you think were the best of 2013, and also the game you like to play the most in 2014 at podcast@museculture.net. Also, check us out on iTunes. Terry just reminded me, iTunes, we now have the podcast on iTunes, and the Android equivalent service called, oh Christ, what's it called? Stitcher.
That's the
That
one.
if you go onto, actually, if you just go onto the any podcasting app on Android, you can just type in Muse Culture Podcast, and we'll come up, and you can listen to us there. So that's all from this week, guys, and we'll see you later.
Later.
See ya.
See you later.